FM. He is Jim Struzzi from the Indiana County Chamber of Commerce visiting with us today. Jim, we just heard a commercial for Advanced Carbide Grinding, which is in Derry, which is in Westmoreland County, but right across the border from Indiana County. Really highlights the fact that when you think about employment, we can't be just Indiana County-centric. We have to realize that there are jobs available in bordering areas, and just as we go there for jobs, we invite people in here for jobs as well.
Well, absolutely, Todd, and good morning. Thanks for having me on. You highlight an excellent point right there, and I think it's something that at a county level we're very much aware of. You talked to Commissioner Ruddock about the efforts that the commissioners have been trying to do to create some sort of transit connections to other communities so that people can actually live here and work elsewhere. So that's great news to hear that they are hiring employees. I know that there's a number of companies right here in Indiana County that are also looking to hire, and I think that also speaks to the fact that our economy is starting to turn that corner, that we are seeing companies invest in capital, that more orders are coming in for manufacturing, and you're going to see that across the board. We have that job fair coming up at the DKCAC on April 4th in conjunction with PA Career Link, and you're going to find that there are a lot of jobs available, not just in Indiana County, but across the region.
Well, that's one of the things I wanted to ask you about was that particular event, the job fair. Manufacturing, obviously, we really need to attract those sorts of jobs to the area, right? It can't just be retail.
Absolutely, Todd. A lot of people talk to the Chamber about retail opportunities. You know, why don't we have this here? Why don't we have that there? And the bottom line is we need to have people here to spend money at those places. I'm sure a lot of your local retailers, the Indiana Mall and all the smaller stores in our smaller communities have struggled from the retail standpoint, and that's really because a lot of the jobs have left the area. So we need to bring the jobs back, bring back the family-sustaining incomes, and then that in turn will put more money back into our local economy. So at a county level, at the CEO, the Center for Economic Operations, we're well aware of that, and that's why we're out, pounding the pavement, looking for these manufacturers and other industries to come in here to bring those jobs back to Indiana County.
So what can you tell us about this job fair? You said the date and the location.
It's April 4th. It's at the KCAC. There'll be more information coming out. If you subscribe to the Chamber's weekly email or you go to our website, you'll find information there. Kevin Laser organizes the whole thing. Kevin's great to work with from a Chamber standpoint. He's a great partner in trying to find jobs for these people. And Kevin really puts his heart into it. This is the big event for them, and we help support that along with State Senator White and Representative Reed and a number of other entities, because it's important to connect our employers here locally with those people looking for jobs. And there's a lot of jobs out there right now, not just minimum wage jobs, but really good jobs that people can find. So I would mark that on your calendar if you're listening right now. If you're an employer and you're looking for employees, or you're someone looking to launch a new career path, April 4th at the KCAC.
What are some of the things that the Indiana County Chamber of Commerce is involved in that we might not see overtly in terms of job attraction, in terms of building up the manufacturing base, those sorts of things? I know there are things that you're constantly doing behind the scenes that aren't publicized but are very, very important.
Well, one of the things that we're really trying to capitalize on is coming about 4 years from now when the Shell cracker plant in Beaver County goes online. They start creating those pellets that are the foundation for plastic products and many other products. Byron Stauffer, the county's executive director for the Planning and Development Department, and I both went to a conference in Titusville based around that industry. They had people there from all standpoints, from other areas of the country that have benefited from having a plant like that in the region. And really, we're only 60 miles from that plant. So we're in a prime location, and we have prime spots to attract businesses that would be manufacturing, that would benefit from the proximity to that plant, in that they don't have to transport those products very far to get them to a place like Indiana County, where you could have those good jobs that put those pellets to good use. And so we're looking, we have Windy Ridge is ready to go. It's developed and the infrastructure's in place. We can attract manufacturing jobs to Windy Ridge, to some of our other areas that we have, some of the bigger buildings in the community that are vacant right now. So we're looking at opportunities along those lines, and really anything that we can find that needs a good workforce, that is looking for employees. We have it here.
One of the murkier aspects of the cracker plant that folks aren't really clear on is the idea of the connectivity with Beaver County.
Yes.
We have a perception that Indiana County is a far cry from Beaver County. It's a great distance. You just mentioned it's not really.
But if you think about why they located where they did, obviously there's infrastructure, there's a river, there's rails, there's highways, but they are looking at shipping those products in a 700-mile radius. So when you're talking 700-mile radius to all those companies that will utilize those products created by the Shell plant, 60 miles is a very short distance. And we have the highway highway infrastructure. Of course, we need to improve 422, and we're continuing to do that. But you can get to Beaver County from Indiana County in 45 minutes to an hour. So that's really not far when you're considering that they're going to be shipping those products up to 700 miles to some of those companies.
Jim Struzzi is with us, the Indiana County Chamber of Commerce, working behind the scenes and sometimes right out in front of the scenes.
Absolutely.
In order to attract business here to Indiana County and to maintain the businesses that are here. That's important, isn't it?
It is, Todd. And one of the things that we're really looking at from a chamber standpoint, from a CEO standpoint, is how we're marketing Indiana County. We really want to do more to let people know what we have here, that we do have opportunities for businesses to come here, to locate, to grow here, that we have great quality of life in our downtown communities, that, this is a good place to raise a family, to work, and to live your life. And I think that's real important today, considering, some of the businesses that are out there. Can we attract a database? Can we attract more tech companies with younger millennial-type employees who are looking at those quality of life benefits? And that's real important when you're looking at a business, the happiness of their employees is important to companies these days. You look at Indiana County with our trail network, with our good school districts, with all that we have as far as the amenities of quality of life, that's important to companies when they're considering where they want to locate.
The county last week acknowledging and hoping to work with a company called AgriMed having to do with medical marijuana distribution here in Indiana County. How involved is the Chamber of Commerce in those discussions?
We were very involved in that, Todd. Initially, they approached the Chamber to kind of gauge if there would be an interest from the community. Byron Stauffer and myself and Rod Ruddock sat down with Rashawn Peak, who is the president of the company, kind of got an idea for what he was looking for. We had to, before we took it out to other people, we wanted to make sure that this is a reputable company, that they had integrity, that they were very serious about what they were proposing. And then we introduced them to other members of the community leaders, those in the healthcare industry, looking at the benefits of the medical cannabis. And then we helped connect him with some local realtors to find possible locations. So we were very closely involved because we think it's important for Indiana County. First and foremost, it's going to bring some jobs here. And then we're looking further down the line. What if we could potentially bring a growing facility here? Now, they're locating their growing facility right now in Greene County, but that industry really is just beginning to see what its potential is. So we're hoping that perhaps we could even get a growing facility here. And then you're talking 80 to 100 jobs. So we're closely involved. We think it's going to be good for Indiana County. Everyone from all walks of life are affected by the opioid crisis. And if there's a way that they can use this to stop those addictions from occurring and those potential deaths, then we think it's a good thing.
Walk us through the process. Is this a done deal, a sure thing that this facility is coming to Indiana County, or must there still be work to be done?
No, it's not a done deal. They submitted their application along with other industries, businesses in that industry, I'm sorry, it's Monday, that want to have an application. There's only so many applications in this first round. Now their application gets scored based on different criteria that they have to meet, and then those with the highest scores will be eligible for the actual licenses. So it's going to be a long process. I think they'll find out in June, and then once they have their license, it's going to take them some time to get up and running. Obviously, they'll have to grow the product, create the medicines that come from it, secure their location here, and they, I think, plan to be open by next summer if everything goes well. Locations
being Indiana Borough, White Township, some other municipality within Indiana County. Do you have a handle on that yet?
Somewhere within Indiana County, yes.
Right. Very good. I know that the Chamber of Commerce always has things going on, events for people to network and other things of that nature. What do you got planned?
Oh, we sure do, Todd. There's always a lot happening. This week we have another Chamber check-in, which is an open house in our office. You can stop in and spend some time with us, coffee and donuts. That's going to be on Wednesday morning, March 29th from 8 to 9 a.m. If you're interested in learning about the Chamber, stop in and say hello. If you want to do some networking over a cup of coffee, come on in. The following evening, we have a special speed networking Chamber Business After Hours hosted by Bayada Home Health. That's going to be at the Indiana Mall in the Old Navy location. So thank you to Sherry for donating the space to have this event. We'll have our traditional type of Business After Hours, but this one's going to be structured around speed network, where you'll take a seat across from someone. We'll give you 3 minutes to exchange business cards, say a few questions, and then you move on to the next person. So it's already getting a lot of excitement because some people, even though we have a lot of mixers, aren't real comfortable with networking. So this kind of forces forces you to ask some questions and have some interaction. And then, of course, the big thing that we're preparing for is the Business Hall of Fame coming up in June. That's June 8th at the Cavalci Complex. We are taking reservations and sponsorships now. Formal invitations will be going out in early April. We have our annual Paddle and Picnic coming up again in Blairsville. That's going to be on Memorial Day weekend. That's Saturday, May 27th. So there's a lot of things happening within the Chamber right now. And then the big thing for us is we're kicking off a spring membership drive. So we'll have a lot of incentives in place. We'll be launching that at the end of this week, or actually on Monday. So if you're interested in joining the Chamber and you want to learn about it, now is the best time.
Speed dating the Chamber. I like it.
There you go.
Jim, thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me, Todd.
We appreciate it. It is Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank. It's AM 1160 WCCS 101.1 FM.